Now we are going to create a database over the cloud. So as we have already installed the Postgres 12 onto our on premises, and this is a time to use the Postgres onto the cloud platform. So Postgres is supported by the Azure, AWS and Google Cloud. So all the leaders is supporting it. So it depends on your need. You can choose the platform, and as we have agreed for the training, here we are going to show you for the both the way how you can use Postgres onto the AWS and how the Postgres you can use onto the Azure platform. So first I am going to show you on Azure platform, and then we will go for the AWS. So as you all have created earlier, similar way we are going to here to create the PostgreSQL onto the Azure. So PostgreSQL server I'm going to create on the Azure. So first of all, you need to create a resource. So either you can click onto the resource here, or you can click onto the Hamburg menu and then create resource. So both the way you can choose as per your convenience. And here you can see the databases. Come to the databases, and then you can see Azure database for PostgreSQL. Now, once you click onto that, you can see there is a various way. We have a single server deployment, we have a flexible server, then we have a cluster. If you are using the hyperscale and some things that we have, so it depends on the business need. You can choose. Of course, it's just for the demo. So I'm going to create a one single server. There's a lots of difference. So for the best board range traditional transactional workload, we can use single server. If you want to the flexible server, that means advanced customization and cost optimization, you are able to choose it. And of course, if you will go for the hyperscale, that means multi-tenant application and real-time analytics workload, you are able to perform. So it depends on your business need. You can choose, but as this is for demo, so for demo, I am just going to create a one basic. So for that, I can click on the single server. It will ask me the resource name. So either you can choose the resource or you can create a resource. If you want to create a resource, click on the create new and then you can choose. But I don't want to create a resource. We already have the DBA training resource. So DBAT that we are going to use. You can see DBA training, DBA trainings and DBAT, three resources we have allocated. So I'm going to use the DBAT resource. Okay. And then here you can give the your server name, whatever the server name you want. Make sure in that your tenancy that server should not be there with that name. That's the one thing you have to keep into mind. So server name, like I can give the server name DBAT demo PostgreSQL. Any name I can choose as per my convenience. 33 to 63 characters. So that's way. If you have existing backup, you can choose with the existing backup, and then you can able to create based on data backup. But I don't have any backup, so I'm going with the no. And the location where you want to create. So each location, we don't have the Postgres service as of now available. So you can choose the location based on to the allocated to you. Got it? In my case, I am going to use the US because there we have a service. No problem. If you want to choose a different, you can choose accordingly. Then the version, as you have seen, we have installed the Postgres 12 onto on premises, but here 12 is not supported yet. So Before the 12, we have 11. So latest one in the cloud, we have 11 that we are choosing. And of course, this is the general purpose 4 core. I don't need that much space. So I can reduce and I can go for the, we have option for either we can increase the CPU and core. So here you can use the core 60 core, 64 core max, and the price is based on to that. Of course, if you want to the lesser, so the minimum 2 core is allowed in the general. Got it? Then the storage you can choose the minimum 5 GB and the maximum it can be 16384. So that way you can choose as depend on the business need. If you want for high performance and the high IO, then you can choose the memory optimize. Price will be, again you can see it differ, and here the maximum you can use up to 32. Got it? Storage size, there is no difference at all. Storage size will be the same. Only based on the CPU, you can see the price will increase and decrease. So here for the 2 core, you are charged 11,653 INR. The same 2 core, if I can go here, so you will be charged approximately 8,653. But I don't need that much because it's just for demo. So I'm going to use my basic replication and other thing is not supported, that you have to keep into mind. But it's just for the demos. I'm just going to use 1 core. I'm going to use, and then storage. The price is almost 1,700. So either you are using MariaDB or the MySQL and Postgres, whichever the open source, the price will be almost same. Then storage cannot be scaled down. So whatever the storage size you have chosen, you cannot scale down. But yes, scale up is possible. And here the local redundancy only. So geo-based redundancy is not possible in the basic. But if I will choose on general, so you can see the geo redundancy. So if one data center got failed, we are able to use onto another. So you can choose based on the business need. You can easily understand. Okay, let me create one and then we can see. Okay, now it is asking the username. So whatever the username you want to give, you can give the username as per the business need. So as we have given the username, so admin is not allowed because it is already there. So I can give the my admin or something like that. It will allow. So let me give the my admin. Yeah, because that is already predefined, so you cannot use that one. Now let me give the user ID and password. I have given them my password. And then you can review and create. So if you can see DBT, I'm creating that 11 version we are using and then create. So it will take 4 to 5 minutes and then your service will be created. Okay. So based on the business need, you can choose whatever the configuration you want to choose for your Postgres. Okay. Meanwhile, it is creating. Let's talk if anyone have any question. So my deployment in the progress will take 5 minutes as I said. So now you can see your deployment is success. And if I will click on go to resource, either from here or maybe from the here you can see you have, so both the ways, wherever you want, click onto that. Note your server name. So I'm just going to copy my server name, which I will be using. So just note your server name. I have noted my server name, and then let me go for the again to note my username. So here is my admin username that I copied, and I can keep into my notepad. So now the both is ready and we are able to run. But of course, for before going to connect, we need to couple of things. First, the firewall rule. Why the firewall rule? You need to configure your server level firewall rule, and then only user is allowed the public can access your machine with the PSQL client. Got it? So for that, what you can do, you can go to the your connection security and add your current client IP. Of course, if you want to give to the public, then you can add that. It will give you warning. It's okay. It's just demo. After 30 minutes, I will delete this instance, so no problem for me. Okay. And then make sure you have to save it. Once you saved, you are ready to use it. Okay. So whichever the client you are using, either with the PG admin or maybe the PSQL. So based on that, now you are able to connect to the database. Okay. But I am showing you the new one. Here you can see in the Azure, we have a Cloud Shell. So let me go and try with the Cloud Shell. So Cloud Shell, when we are going to connect, of course, the first time when you will connect, it will ask you the resource and group and your storage account for that. And then you are able to do it according to your business need. So whichever you want, the PowerShell or maybe those, so you can able to use Cloud Shell based on your need. Okay. Now I see, you can see I am onto my Cloud Shell and I am able to run my PSQL. Of course, for that, what I have copied earlier, I'm going to use that my notepad, the PSQL user ID and the password, and then I will try to connect it. So PSQL hyphen host, that means my host name, which I have taken from here, you can see, and then the port by default 5432, that's one, and then you can see here your username. So you can use your admin username, and then which database I am connecting by default the Postgres will be created. So that's one, and it is asking me the password. Let me give the password. So I am connected to my Postgres. Got it? Let me create a database. Create database, and the database name I'm creating the DBA training. So DBAT. So I'm just creating with the short form of the DBA trainings. DBAT. So database I'm creating, and then my database will be created. So my database is created. Let me connect to the database. So I'm connected to my DBAT database. Got it? So that's why you are able to create your table, those all the things. So it depends on your business need. You can able to do whatever you want to do into the database level. Got it? So how you want to use, you can build, deploy based on to your business need, and you can able to do from the command line. You are able to do from the graphics tools. So whatever you want, you can use it as per your business need, and you are able to do it. I hope it is clear to everyone. If anyone have any question, please let me know. Got it? So that's the way we are able to create it. Okay. So you are still stuck. How many participant? Okay. Okay. So I will wait for the next 15 minutes. Is it okay? So everyone please complete it, and then we can go for the other topics, the backup recovery and other things. Now you can see we are able to see the my activity log, what is happening onto my database, resource utilizations, the your CPU, storage, those all are possible. You can see the your activities log. So you have updated a PostgreSQL server, you have updated the firewall rules, those are the things. So those access control, whom you are assigning, and those all things you are able to create, assign, add roles, whatever you want, you can able to create, and the those management. Similar way, you are able to change the parameters. So all the server parameters you are able to change. Whatever you want to create, change, you can able to change as per your business need. Got it? Similar way, if you want to a replication, you are able to create a replication. Of course, for replication, you need another server as well. So that's why you are able to do the replication. Active Directory authentication, those are the things. Lock, query performance, you are able to check the performance recommendation, alert, your diagnostic, server logs. So many options you have. Export template, resource, health. These all you are able to monitor, and you are able to do it. I hope it is okay for all of you for this module. And next module, we are going to talk about the how we can manage the database, how we can secure the database, those are the things. Okay. So let's complete this, and then we will continue for the next 10 minutes. Is good enough to do it. Go ahead and complete it.